Hello, friends. Thor Diecow talking at you once again. It's this week on Blu-ray and DVD. We've got a nice mixed bag to tell you about this week. And leading the charge, Jake Gyllenhaal. Can't believe this guy didn't get nominated for an Oscar this year in Nightcrawler. And he plays a freelance cameraman who takes to the seedy underbelly of the streets of LA by night and sells his footage. But things get increasingly dangerous for him as he, starts, photographing and taking shots of crime scenes and gets in over his head. Take a look at Nightcrawler.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's a great piece of tape.
How did you get inside the house?
The door was open.
They allowed you.
Well, I heard somebody yell to come in, and when nobody was inside, I left.
Well, I have a problem with that.
We'll knock out a killer package.
This is my job.
No! Your job's writing the tweet of the day and getting Deb to turn sideways during the weather forecast. We're running it.
Yeah, as someone who works in the television journalism and news realm, very fascinating to watch this movie, although it is completely over the top and bizarre and not really grounded in any reality when it comes to actual news practices. But Gyllenhaal is fantastic and so brooding in the role. He lost a lot of weight, and he is just so compelling to watch. He's got sheer magnetism in every single frame of the movie, and Rene Russo is also great in the film as this news director of a struggling station who keeps buying all this compelling footage that Gyllenhaal gets, but after a while, they start wondering how he got all this stuff and whether or not he maybe set up a few of these, sort of crime scenes to sort of serve his benefit. A great film with an awesome screenplay and a really satirical look at media and journalism and the lengths that guys will go to get that story. If it bleeds, it leads. Gyllenhaal in probably the best performance of his career. And again, I'm dumbfounded that he was not nominated this year for an Oscar because he is incredible and engrossing to watch in Nightcrawler. Don't miss this one. It was one of the finest of 2014. All right, Ethan Hawke is back in Predestination, and this is a science fiction time travel film that will really mess with your head. And he plays a guy that's got to go back and basically stop a big crime from being committed, but he keeps trying over and over again to do it. He's a temporal agent. He's got one last mission to try and stop this criminal from eluding him throughout time. Take a look.
So what, you're a cop?
I'm a temporal agent. We prevent crime before it takes place.
What is it?
It's a time machine. If you ever want to stop the Fizzle Bomber, you'll never get another chance. Time, it catches up with us all.
Well, this is just a great addition to the time travel genre, like movies like Looper. Really keep you guessing, and a really intricate story with a well-written screenplay, and it's grounded so nicely by Ethan Hawke, Noah Taylor as well, and Sarah Snook, who just comes out of nowhere and turns out an amazing, multifaceted role in this movie. I don't want to say too much about the plot and the story and where it goes. It will leave you scratching your head at times, but by the end, your jaw will be dropping in all the twists and turns it takes. But how they're able to sort of tie it all up is beautifully done. There's some great bonus materials on the Blu-ray. You got a blooper reel, A Journey Through Time, which is a behind-the-scenes featurette with Ethan Hawke. An audience can also take a in-depth exploration of the making of the film. It's based on the Robert A. Heinlein story, All You Zombies, and this is another great one from Ethan Hawke and the rest of the cast and crew. If you like time travel science fiction, don't miss this one. All right, now something for the families. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I had to get that one out. It's quite a mouthful. This is based on the best-selling book, and Steve Carell, along with Jennifer Garner, lead the charge. And Alexander is just having one of those bad days, and he wishes that his family could sort of understand what he's going through. He makes a wish on his birthday candle, and it seems like they're all cursed to have the worst day ever. Take a look.
Anthony, I feel like no one understands me.
Come on, you're amazing.
I think I'm amazing.
Don't get me started on that cute little butt of yours.
What?
What?
You're so annoying.
Why can't you just chill out?
Are you kidding?
What's your problem?
I can't believe Elliot texted photoshopped pictures of me to the whole school. Nice boobs, Alexander. My black book!
Today, I have an interview for a game design.
Okay, this movie, it's very sweet and charming. It's cheesy, of course, but it's made with such good intentions, it's hard not to enjoy it. And one of the things I love about it is at the beginning, Alexander has the worst day possible, and you're watching him go through all these things, all these terrible things are happening to him, and you can't turn away. And then, when the tables are turned and he has a good day, but the rest of his family are having the worst day collectively, that's also hilarious to watch. The lengths that they'll go to put these guys through all these trials and tribulations in this one day. Very funny stuff. And Steve Carell actually brings a lot of poignancy and heart to it, along with Jennifer Garner. There's a sweet sort of message at its core about family and sticking together and things like that. So a great cast, obviously got that Disney feel and that gloss, but I really enjoyed this one because it's just full of all these great hijinks, especially that driving test fail. Love that part. All right, we're going to look at family domestic life from a very different perspective, and this film comes to us from Sweden, one of the most highly acclaimed foreign films of the year, Force Majeure. And this would make a great double bill with Gone Girl, because this is the story about a Swedish family that travel to the French Alps to enjoy some recreation, a couple of days of skiing, and have some precious time together. An avalanche near where they're having lunch turns things on its head, because basically what happens is the dad, he gets kind of freaked out at the avalanche. He abandons his family momentarily and then comes back when everything's all safe and fine, thinking nothing's wrong. He's all nonchalant. That's what happens there. So he takes off, leaving the family behind because he thinks this avalanche is coming straight for them. And the wife, she remembers this and notices that he basically left them in this time of great crisis. From the rest of the weekend onwards, it's all about him trying to save his marriage, and their relationship hangs in the balance as they go through these conversations and these sort of meetings with people where he's desperately trying to reclaim his role as family patriarch. A brilliant script, wonderfully shot, and compelling performances. It's a very satirical look at the modern family dynamic and the role of the male when it comes to child rearing. A very thought-provoking film that will have you talking with your significant other. And a lot of it was actually shot in Whistler as well, and right in our very own backyard. That avalanche scene was staged right in Whistler. So Force Majeure, don't miss that one. A very good family drama with just enough comedy sprinkled in. And keeping with the satiric side, we're going to talk about Dear White People. This is a very interesting look at race relations, also funny, with enough drama to keep it going. And this is about a group of black students who are trying to navigate a predominantly white Ivy League school. A very interesting comedy, and this was critically acclaimed as well. So dealing with the college traditions and cliques is hard enough for this group, but after a sequence of events including a controversial student election, an out-of-control party, and the arrival of a reality TV producer, this once quiet Winchester University becomes the hotbed of conflict. Great young actors in this one, making up some great performances, and a really witty look at race relations. And this one surely to get people talking as well, because it is very subversive. I like how it sort of did a bit of role reversal there. Excellent stuff there. And finally, Disney reaching way back into the vault to pull out another classic on Blu-ray, the Diamond Edition of 101 Dalmatians. And I checked it out the other day. It is absolutely stunning. Remastered in high def, loaded with bonus features. The fun-filled adventure of Pongo, Perdita, and their super adorable puppies. Get along for the thrill ride, and you can also take a look at one of the greatest villains in Disney history. Of course, Cruella de Vil makes one fabulous character. So there you go. Own it now. Collect them all. 101 Dalmatians. It looks beautiful. The songs are still great. The animation is great, and painstakingly done in that hand-drawn style that you just don't see anymore. So Disney reaching into the vault for another classic on Blu-ray. There you go, people. That's it. I'm Thor Diecow. You can find me on Twitter at Thor Diecow. We'll see you next week right here on breakfasttelevision.ca.